think about sustainability in general, I think about what legacy am I leaving behind. So when I think about what Synata is to the next generation, I hope that we're building a legacy of sustainability, but just that there's something worth having when we're no longer here.
Carbon can be the most valuable atom that an industry can use, or it can be an absolute waste molecule once the value from it has been extracted.
As good of engineers as we are around the world, we should be able to use all of it, right? The fact that we emit even a single molecule of the carbon into the atmosphere, this is not good enough. Why do we bury stuff? Why do we burn things? Why not find a way to be able to utilize those resources? Why do we just simply let things get emitted into the atmosphere? The reality is that you can have a solution that is a very sustainable solution. If we're going to switch away from fossil fuels, we as technologists and solution providers need to provide a solution that's competitive with that alternative.
Synata Bio is a company in the fuels and chemicals space. We work to convert and capture CO2 from various industries and to turn it into ethanol.
We have the ability to take that ethanol and they can use it directly as a chemical, they can use it in fuels. But then there's also technology where you can take that ethanol and convert it into ethylene and use that ethylene to make plastics and other durable goods.
I would say a petrochemical business that has a lot of waste gases that can utilize ethanol as an intermediate to make something else, whether that be a fuel, whether that be a chemical, we'd be a great solution for them. The energy from waste industry, right? You take garbage, you combust that garbage, you make steam and electricity. What happens to the CO and the CO2? Hello? We can capture that, make some ethanol, generate some additional revenue, find somebody that wants to buy that ethanol into the marketplace, right? Whether they want to drop it into gasoline, or as I mentioned before, we could take that ethanol, dehydrate it through a chemical process to make ethylene. And then it can go in many different directions, right? I mean, that sandwich bag that you utilize is made from polyethylene or other durable goods. That piece of Toomey luggage that you might have, there's plastic in that, right? And so once that CO2 is captured from the atmosphere, it's then made into ethanol. It ends up in that luggage. Guess what? That CO2 is not in the atmosphere anymore. It's in your luggage.
Through the last 17 years of continuous development, we have a working process that uses hydrogen and very small amounts of carbon monoxide to capture CO2 very efficiently.
17 years, that takes how long to take a very significant technology into commercialization. Our technology is based on bacteria. It's not like a chemical process, it's a big difference. We are very confident, right now, we can have this bacteria work for us, for our, project owners, and we show the world, this is what we can do.
Synata's technology really excels on our organism. We have a really unique organism that does things better than others. And the things that it does better is convert more CO2.
Our fermenter design is more scalable than other technologies out there. And so it allows us to build bigger plants that have less fermenter trains, which in turn means that we can build larger plants that are lower capital intensive.
One of the important pillars of sustainability is to be able to show that you can make money from that solution, because if you can't, that solution's not going to survive in the marketplace, unless of course it's mandated. But even then, the mandate has to have some basis for what people get paid. When we look at our process and we look at our ability to be able to scale, and we look at our microorganism and the designs that we put in place, we know we can be competitive with the solutions that are out there. We're competitive with other means by which ethanol can be produced.
It's adding to the top line versus just subtracting from the bottom line. That's what companies are looking. That's what we're all looking for, right? Even our own personal balance sheet, right?
This is my dream, in my personal career. I may cautiously say to save the world, but I think my dream is to make a feasible, reliable, sustainable business. And we can have an impact, in the world. That's it.